National Signing Day is always an exciting day in the life and the history of a university and a football program, and it's certainly no different here at West Texas A&M. So to give us an overview of the incoming freshman crop that we have for the 2016 season, I'd like to introduce our head coach, Mike Nesbitt.
Thanks. Well, first off, thanks for all coming out tonight. I appreciate it, and I'd like to say thanks to those assistant coaches in the back and their families, and to my wife, Camille, for putting up with us since November 29th, being on the road and running around all over the country trying to find players and doing all that. And also to the people of Amarillo, the restaurants and the hotels that help us out and do things like that for us, that treat our kids and our families great when they come into town. And just to the people of the city of Amarillo and Canyon, that when our parents and those recruits are here in town, they get treated in a first-class way, and they really feel like they're going to be part of this family for 4 or 5 years, and they can see the vision. Because if it wasn't for all of us, just the coaches doing it, we wouldn't be anywhere. It's the whole population of this city and everybody around us that does it. And so thanks. And to the faculty members that are here today, that give up their Saturday afternoons to come hang out with us and be with those kids, I want to tell them thank you. I appreciate it because they're not making anything extra on that, and sometimes they got to sit and wait for 20 minutes while we're late with some recruits and stuff to get in the building. But thanks again for that and your time. Really excited about the class. We went heavy in a few positions that once you see the bios and that and the tweets and all that, you'll see we went really heavy on offensive line. We were trying to get some depth there. I thought we did a really good job of just getting out and getting some size and length and finding the right body types of what we were looking for at that position group. Inside linebackers was another group coming out of the fall and everything that we knew we were going to be a little thin with just due to some injuries and some guys having to retire early and some things like that. So we went heavy. Coach Sanders did a great job of recruiting inside linebackers. He really did a great job. We found a real steal out of Del Rio, Texas. When you see Marcus Braswell play, I think you'll see a guy that's a fantastic character on and off the field, but just a stand-up person all the way. At the receiver position, we did a really good job. Justin Richter and Brandon Crosby did a great job of kind of finding the niche of personnel that we were looking for, from inside to outside receivers. And that was one that we traveled a long ways to get some of those guys. We were all the way down in Dawson, Texas, and getting into Houston and in and out and all over the place from Frisco and all points in between, and did a really good job. We picked up a really good inside wide receiver from Belton, Texas, that I'm not going to jinx him or anything like that, but he kind of has that body type of Tyson Williams. The first time I walked in there with Coach Crosby, I saw that body type, and I thought, that guy looks exactly like him. Now, does he play like that guy? I don't know. That guy was pretty special, so we'll come and find out. Defensive back-wise, Coach Wright did a fantastic job with the secondary. He had some late battles last night to hold on to some guys, and he really did a good job. Picked up 2 really good corners that I think will give us some great depth with Leanthony Dawson and Ray Dupree coming back. That's going to expand us a little bit with some guys, and so it was really good in that standpoint. The only place we didn't sign a player that I really felt we had a need was kicker and punter. And that was a position that we found a couple guys, but and the staff and I just couldn't decide if we really wanted to pull the trigger on those guys right now, so we'll wait. And probably the most talked about position will be the quarterback position. We picked up some really good quarterback play. We went to Artesia, New Mexico, and picked up Justin Hotland, coming off a state championship team. Plays in offense. He's grew up in an offense that's very similar to ours, and the amount of touches and throws and things like that he's going to have to do. And then we felt like we found a steal out of Austin, Texas with Bo Kalbacher, just a guy that was maybe a little underrated, played on a team that maybe struggled a little bit against some good competition, some things like that at times, but a fantastic competitor. Went and watched him play basketball a couple times, and when you watch a guy, they're down 17, 18 points with 3 minutes to go, and he goes and hits 3 or 4 three-pointers back-to-back and just keeps hustling up and down the court. He just had a good moxie to him that we really liked as a staff. And so felt really good with those guys. Just great additions, and found some good depth, especially with those O-line kids for sure. So, any questions?
Local kid, Keyshawn Cervantes.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to talk on him?
Well, I figured we'd get asked about the local guys. I was really happy with the Tascosa kids. The 3 we got out of Tascosa, Coach Plunk could say nothing but great things about them and everything we heard about them. And it was we're excited to get them for sure, all three of them. And Cervantes will be a guy that hopefully we can just raise him and grow him up. And will he play as a will linebacker? Will he play as a true inside guy? Time will tell that. But fantastic kid. Real happy to have him.
A little more than last year. Last year you only signed about 33.
Yeah.
Heavy this year.
Well, it was kind of crazy. There's about 6 of them in that group that the last week had either been dropped or somebody had let them go from a Division I school, and so we were kind of in the point of, do you sign them, do you not sign them, and we just decided, we're going to be over, and we knew we were going to be over in a big group, and so we did it. And then the big group with the offensive line was just one of those situations where, with the depth coming out of last fall, we knew we needed to pick up some O-linemen, and they're going to have to grow and get bigger and the whole deal, but we were just, we always try to stay at that number of 25 offensive linemen for a season. And that's what I like to be at in the fall, and so we knew we had to get to that.
A lot of size.
We did.
At all positions.
We did. I thought our length in the secondary, length at wide receiver, like I said, I thought Coach Wright and Coach Richter and Coach Crosby did a good job of finding the right body types of guys that we wanted to get and to target. We weren't just kind of just chasing guys or anything like that. We tried to find the ones. And, like I said in the opening statement, you bring guys here on campus and you show them a good time and they have a good visit and they're around good faculty members and they see a beautiful campus, they want to come here and play and they're excited to be here. And so some of it, is just a great environment. It was kind of tough to say we're not going to take a guy and, so we'll bite the bullet and go with it.
I feel like you addressed all the needs you were looking for.
Yeah, I really did. I felt really good. I mean, we got some help at center. We got some guys that are young guys coming in to help Austin Carson and give him a little bit of depth. Austin's going to be a senior, so we got to get that fixed. But for the most part, yeah, I'd like to find maybe one more true tackle. But for where we're at, the kids out of Lubbock, the offensive tackle out of Lubbock is a great player. Seth played him at guard, but we think he's got enough length and size to maybe kick outside and move out there. There we go. Are you it?
How soon will you announce the rest of your staff?
Hopefully next week sometime. Hopefully by next Wednesday or Thursday. If Coach Nesbitt could learn how to use a computer, it probably could have been done a lot sooner. It's tough to use a computer when you're driving a car 80 miles an hour, but I tried.
I think that they'll want to get you off to the side.
Yeah, no, you guys did great. But again, I want to tell everybody thanks. I want to tell Kit and his staff in sports information, they did a great job with that packet today. And again, thanks for everybody. Appreciate it. Yes, Mr. Teeter.
About how many JUCO kids will you probably bring in to fill in where you need them and then bring down next fall?
Well, we'll look, we'll probably wait till we get to spring to kind of decide that. We kind of got an idea of who we want to target if we're going to do that right now to try to sign them. Hopefully, to get them under the NLI before we start spring practice. But there's probably 2 or 3 guys. But they got to be the right ones right now. I mean, there's some freshmen in that group right now that we think could come in and play and help and contribute, that are mature enough, physical enough, and have some capabilities to do that. And that's how we recruit them, with the understanding that, especially at the quarterback position and some of those receiver spots, you better be ready to gear up and get ready to play. You don't plan on coming in here to red shirt or hold your helmet. We're going to challenge you to get after it, and they're going to get a challenge tomorrow morning. They're going to get their strength training program, and we're going to be after them right away to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it'll be exciting to do it. Really will.
When do you start spring practice?
We will start the first Tuesday after Easter, so it should be March 29th, and we will practice every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday after that all the way through April 23rd. I think is the 23rd or 26th. It should be the 23rd is our spring game, and that time will be announced. But 4:15 on the practice field every day, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Saturdays will be in the morning.
Who your competition did well, Lone Star was?
Who I thought did a really good job, and he kind of found some guys, like I always say, is Coach Lynn at Eastern. I thought those guys, for what they get and location and where they got to go, they always do a great job of picking up some people. They really did. I thought he did a good job. Tarleton signed some defensive kids late that you could see that were some pretty good players for sure. And Midwestern, like always, Rich and those guys do a really good job. That's it.
Coach, I have one more question for you.
Go for
You know,
it.
with the
Did kid
students.
give you that shirt?
What's that?
Did kid give you that jacket?
Oh no. This one I bought when I was in Iowa.
Oh, okay.
The students passed a resolution to build a new stadium. What's your thoughts on going into new digs?
Well, you know, with what I've seen and the pictures I've seen, if it's where it is, it'll be a fantastic deal. That'll be a fantastic deal for us as a team, for the community, just where we're at. I mean, I think once everybody sees what is on the plans and what's in the books, I know we all have a passion and a love for Kimbrough. It's the same for me. My own son loves it. He played his first varsity high school football game there, had his first tackle. I mean, it's a special place, and we know we all love it. But with what's on the plans and where it's at, it'll take us and our program and also the whole university to a different stage for sure. You can really see it, you know. So the vision where it's at it's a good plan.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. We good? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for everything.